Thuis bij mijn vader, waar u, Heer, mij wacht. Daar zie ik die veilende vrienden toch weer. Dan zingen ons te samen die eeuwige lied. Ons het u bemin, Heer. Maar nou min ik u meer.
Is the mic on? And I'm just going to remove the picture. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marlon Salim from Gardens Rugby Football Club. I want to introduce you to the invitation that we extended to the leadership of the Nelson Mandela Metro. The speaker on my right, Mr. Derrick Ferreira. Next to him, MMC Infrastructure, Mr. Stag. The great Gert Whiteboy, Vice President of Gardens Rugby Football Club. And the MMC of Sport, next to him, Mr. Basie Kamana, who's here today to assist us with our facility here in the broader Rosedale community. As you can see, our facility leadership is not in a good state, and we here, as not only Gardens, as the broader sports community of Rosedale, are trying our utmost best to see that sport revive in our community. But with a dilapidated facility, it's very difficult to proceed. I will hand over to the speaker on Stag Mitchell.
just a correction. I'm not the speaker, I am political head of infrastructure and promotion. So my promotion I will enjoy for this moment, my moment of glory. A very good evening, Rosedale community, very good evening, Gardens Rugby Football Club. I am here this evening, Tuesday, 11th of January 2022, on request by my good friend Marlon Soudin, on behalf of the executive of Gardens Rugby Football Club. We are a new administration down in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metropolitan Municipality, and this is our way we are going to move. We are going to fix the stadium of the great Derrick Ferreira. The way we are fixing streets, the way we are fixing the city will be street by street. So we are going to fix this stadium. We are going to make sure that this stadium of Gardens Rugby Football Club is box smart on the 22nd of January 2022. It cannot be that we allow a situation that this great Derrick Ferreira Stadium gets deteriorated in the manner that they do. We need to protect and keep and leave a legacy that Derrick Ferreira has brought, the kind of glory. I want to show you, it's about time that our legends, it's about time that the non-racial rugby football union in this country recognize one of our very own. And right behind me is the great Rhodes Cup legend, Gertjie Whiteboy, that played at the City Park in 1969. And I want you to recognize, like we all do in the coalition government, Gertjie Whiteboy. Can you just show the camera to the great legend, Gertjie Whiteboy? And it's about time that we honor and respect the late president, a Rhodes Cup hero, on whose shoulders many of us stood. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rosedale communities, let us protect and defend. Let us protect and defend our community stadium. This is a people's stadium. This is the great Gardens Rugby Football Club. So, in order for us to make it both smart, let's all work together. Thank you very, very much. We will build and rebuild and restructure this stadium, every single stadium across the Nelson Mandela Bay. And we will fix the city, street by street, stadium by stadium. Thank you very much.
MMC Sports, Mr. Basie Kamana.
Thanks, Uncle Stag. It's very difficult to talk after you. Uncle Stag, you know, you say, oh, Mr. Stag Michel, you know what would you say? Basie, come here. You cannot just call me Stag Michel. MMC Stag, you must say, you must have one road mark for the blood. So, who wants Stag? That's what he says. The team of a rich history like Gardens, 13 Peter. As we understand that the team was formed in 1932, it was established by far-sighted men. Men were ahead of their time. And you've got to understand that 1932 was the year of Great Depression, when the whole world economy went down, when there was a lot of suffering. Gardens brought back hope to people. It is a team of hope. Gardens 13 Peter.
Yes.
What a name. You know, what a name. Gardens. You remember Stag was met plaasgeboren. Ons het 'n tuin gehad. And gardens means tail. You know, what does it mean? It means that there is a fruit, there is veg, is groente en vruchten. As ek gesprek wat sê, hoe bitter is die saad, hoe soet is die vrug.
Yes, yes.
Bitter is the seed, but much more sweeter is the fruit. That's what resembles gardens. You can see in their colors, it's green. Oh yes, gardens.
How green is my
green? The color green to us represents youth and vitality. When the fields are green, we say that it's nice. There is a hope. Hence I'm saying that the founders were far-sighted. This team, I've been following it. You'll be surprised. It has produced players from junior level to senior level in South Africa. Currently now, yesterday, let's congratulate the Huta twins. And let's work on now. You know, it is an achievement of this club. And I hear also Bagis in France.
Yeah.
You know, he's playing so well. At the ball club. So then to us, gardens are our ambassador. They are our pride. What of us, the Nelson Mandela Bay Metropolitan Municipality? Stag has eloquently said here, what the government of local unity, abbreviated as GLUE, a glue, meaning very tight. You know, you might hear some negative news, false as falseness.
Okay.
We are much more united.
True.
We are united. And we understand that as a project van Afrikaans, ene hand was en een andere was de gezicht.
Yes.
That's how we work. Hence you see us here. Stag Michel is from the Northern Alliance. I am from the Pan-African Congress in Azania. You know, when we are there, we're a family. He's a father figure. You know, he's a pioneer. We listen from him, and also he's an arrogant, he listens from us as well. So then, what is of us as the leadership of this metro? Number one, we are committing ourselves to serve you as your loyal servants. Ons gaat jullie dienst met trots. I understand other people may say that no talk is cheap because people now are so much accustomed, used to people who will indicate left and turn right, who will promise you that they will deliver on the 10th, come the 10th, they will be explaining to you that no, a corporate man, this thing is still in the pipeline. And you won't know where in the pipeline exactly. Is it the beginning, in the middle, or there? You know, when you check in the pipe, you see nothing. The pipe is blank. Beloftes looks scared. Beloftes looks scared. I want you to judge us by our good deeds as opposed to our good intentions. I want you to judge us by our theories in use as opposed to our espoused theories. The taste of the pudding is in the eating. That's how we would love you to judge us. If we fail to deliver You must denounce us as mercenaries, as liars, who must never be trusted, and would have been traitors by betraying you. We are here, we commit ourselves, we will come, and last but not the least, it is our intention that gardens and other clubs, they revive grassroots rugby football. We must make partnership with schools. As the African people, we've got history. Also in the Springbok, it may be dominated by the white people, but I can tell you what, the last try of the last century was scored by Brayton Paulson, he's an African. And the first try of the century, it was scored again by Brayton Paulson, he's an African. I would like you to produce other Errol Tobias. You know that the legendary Errol Tobias, last quarter, used to skip and not give you a ball in a good way. Would like you to produce great players, and you are capable of doing that. This time, you will be recognized. Except that they like this. Bye-bye.
Thanks, MMC Sports. I just want to also welcome Mr. George Solomons from Gamerals Cricket Club, the president, to be with us. As we play cricket also here, so he's part of the cricket. Let us give over to the speaker, Mr. Gary van Niekerk. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, all the supporters of Gardens Rugby Club. I've heard many a times of the rivalry between Progress and Gardens, which is one of the best rivalries that you can speak of nationally, let alone here in Port Elizabeth. So I think we must make a date, Uncle Stag, Sport Basie, to come when it's the next derby.
Make sure that they get colours this time.
Yes. But what I want to emphasize, MMC Stag Mitchell spoke to infrastructure. MMC Basie spoke to sport. I don't know how many times a speaker was here before. I don't know how many times the MMC or the of sport, the MMC of infrastructure was here before. But I want to make a point of this to everybody here present and that's joining us online, is that it's not election time. Election time, 3-4 years time. It's not election time. We are here because we want to get things right. If you look at the state of this place, there was a fire over here just behind the Stag stand. Somebody made a fire, the place was vandalized. And you can see, if you take away all the vandalism, this was actually a beautiful storage facility that the club used. That was the behind on that side. You had your tuck shop, and it's sad. It's sad that it's our children who do this to our facilities. So the question is, what am I doing here? I'm coming here to see, because one drives past here, you see the high walls, and you assume everything inside is okay. It's okay. And only to learn now that there's no water facilities. The pipes have all been stolen. I must recognize I'm so wrong in the way I started my address on Stag and why what? Yes. I don't know if you remember me, but we met each other down at the other field in Lapland. they were handing out some goodies to the kids over on that side last year. But the role that I feel that I need to play, which you made a question, is that I need to support the MMCs who sometimes feel it's a lonely job that they are in that they are trying to do things, but it's not coming together. So when, like, for example, this facility, restoring this facility to its former glory is no easy task. Let me put it that way. It's no easy task. And we're going to need a multi-task, all the different directors. I'm just thinking of, it will be nice, and I'm sure it's an oversight. I'll take the blame for it. It's an oversight that we did not bring the MMC of safety and security here. I know he's very passionate about municipal buildings, municipal sports fields, all of this. These are our assets. And something went wrong. Let's admit it. Something went wrong. I think it's more appropriate this time to use the phrase that someone dropped the ball.
Yes.
When it comes to our facilities, our swimming pools, our stadia, it just cannot continue in this way. As a government, we could have also just carried on like the government before us did, to not worry about the guidance. Guidance is not unfair, you must worry about guidance. No, it's not. We were at the NCOP last week. You made contact, Marlon, you made contact with MMC Stag, and I think the invite came through yesterday, and we're here today. And it's that important to us that we get this right. We know the threat of your games being moved from here to another field. I'm not going to say whose field it is being moved. But we want to keep sport here. If you see where this place is located, where this stadium, and it's a huge ground. It's in the middle. There's so much potential. It's in the middle of Rosedale. It can really, if we can just do our bit. As a government of the people, we can improve people's lives. We've seen Uncle Stag on this crusade of his, where he said he's going to fix this city, street by street. And now it's reiterated, and I hope not biting more than we can chew. But we're going to fix the stadiums stadium by stadium. Yes. And it's correct. Why must we aim here? Let's get. We used to say, MMC Basie reminded us so nicely in a meeting last week to say that we used to say no normal sport in an abnormal society.
Of course.
Here we have is the question we must ask ourselves. Yes, we are voting. We are enfranchised is the right word. But are we really living in a normal society? Are people like Niekerk really, when he goes home at night, can he sleep peacefully? We know the ills out there. We know the story about the drugs. We know that is what's led to this. Then we must identify what led to us having this drug problem. We need to identify all these problems, and that's what I'm saying. We could come here and say to budget and treasury is another director that I normally bring along. Because we don't want to come and promise things here, and then budget and treasury says, you guys are on your own crusade, you are on your own, there's no money for these things that you guys are busy with. But I'll go, tomorrow morning I'll be in the office at 8. First thing I'll do now, as soon as we leave, I'll phone budget and treasury. I'll ask MMC to tell us Zumani very nicely to meet me as early as possible to address the situation. I know there's no water, I know there are no lights, I know there are pollution facilities. I know the fencing problem, which is more long-term problem that we need to fix. But we can fix it all today. But tomorrow, if we do not secure this premises, we'll be sitting with the same problems next week again. Because the ills are still here. The ills of the society is still here. So let us look at this one holistically. And I know I'm reminded by the deputy secretary of the club that the timelines are so tight. It's the same thing that Harlequin said to us last week. And I know you guys don't trust politicians. I'm not saying trust us. I'm just saying, let us go back. Let us see what we can do. Yes. Let us make it right. That we can make it right. In other words, let us correct. And let us not make the mistakes of the past. Yes. It's now our job, Uncle Stag, MMC Basie, to pick up that ball and make sure that the kids out there can see the guys practicing out there. That is why we're actually doing this. If you can get a child out of the street and into sport, we know the saying, a child in sport is a child out of court. And we've seen what our courts look like. We've seen the newspaper articles lately when we see these youngsters getting involved in heinous crimes. Crimes that we think, but this child is 14, 15, 16. How can this child commit crimes like this? Because of the social ills out there, the drugs. This child, the reason why this place is vandalized, who in his right mind does this? Who is a fire over there? You cannot be right at that moment. So, we are not promising the world, but we're going to make work of this. We are not leaving here and saying, ja, dat is lekker ver om de nacht te gaan rijden. Zo aan. Als ik het nacht kom en trek ik nooit een jacket aan. Dat is altijd waarom ik moet blijven. Ik weet het zo af en toe, maar ik kan het niet zien vanuit dat. But that's always taking things out there. But I've got a soft spot for you, Nate. During when we were still on the campaign trail, we always used to say from Lapland, and we mentioned Lapland first, not Kingsley, Lapland first, because it's places like Lapland, your Rosedales who are the afterthought. So let's put Lapland first, put your Rosedales first, and then we come along. Dispatch, Keiga, Shoreville, Coast, and Galvandale, Edinburgh, and let's get it right. Let's pick up the ball and assist wherever we can. This is a municipal property. It's our asset, and we have to. We have to. Thank you very much for inviting us. And your words, Marlon, we need to come get a feel for what's happening here. And we mustn't hide this from people. That's why I said let's have it on the side so people can see how our facilities are being vandalized. But thank you very much for inviting us. We will try our best to assist as much as we can before next week. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Speaker, we have a protocol in gardens and we didn't Niekerk, please do the honors to pray for us and pray for the leadership and pray for Nelson and then close off for us. Before we start anything, speaker leadership, we open with a prayer. That is our in gardens. Niekerk, please do the honors.
Always need. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you very much for this delegation that came to our sports field. We thank you that there are people who are concerned as we are concerned. We thank you that there are people who are prepared to help where they can. And we promise that we will support them in everything that they have to offer. To make this field a proper field, to make this field a safe field, in the name of Jesus. Thanksgiving. Amen. Amen. Yes. We want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming here this afternoon. Honestly, because Now you've seen for yourself. And as you've said that you don't want to make any empty promises. But that we will be patient and wait.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marlon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Lion of Judah, we worship you. Lion of Judah, you are holy. Can we sing together? Lion of Judah, we worship you. Lion of Judah, you are holy. Lion of Judah, we bless your name and we worship you, Lord. Lion of Judah. You are holy. Mamuranda wana zoron. Mamuri andina kucha. Mama papira enu. Ndaka chengetetwa. Mamuranda wana zoro. Mamuru andina kucha. Mama papira enu. Mama papira enu. Taka chengetetwa. Haidume. Riarabena. Haidume. We were Tawuya litola Judah. Tawuya litola Judah. Riarabena. Haidume. Riarabena. We were Tawuya litola Judah. Tawuya litola Judah. Can we go? Riarabena. Haidume. Riarabena. Haidume. We were Tawuya litola Judah. Tawuya litola Judah. Judah. Haidume. Haidume. Tawuya litola Judah. Tawuya litola Judah. Riarabena. Haidume. Riarabena. Haidume.
Good evening, the residents of the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality. We're here today, 11th of January. It is a very historic day, pregnant with untold possibilities, both and good. I'm here with the speaker, Sir Derrick Ferreira Niekerk. We are visiting our own forgotten people here at Gardens. As you can see, these are forgotten. Forgotten even the state of the field. It is not playable. And yet there is hope. There is hope that there is going to be development. As we understand that through sport, we can fight against the scourge of crime, drug and alcohol abuse. Because the language of sport, it is the best teacher against those social ills. We are appealing to all kids to go to sports field. We're also proud of the country's rugby club. They have styled themselves as the Green Monsters. And I can see that they are Green Monsters. We're here as the representatives of the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, as the coalition partners, to say, once again, there can be no normal sport in an abnormal society. We are still victims. Our fields are not improved, but now that we're in governance, we must make that right. That is onze beurt nou om die goede reg te doen. Ons het nie ander keuse nie. Ons moet nie trek nie. Ons moet net die goede doen. But then we'll do these things with the parents of the kids. It would have been better to see all the parents here watching our kids. It's a serious indictment. We've got legends here. Like Wam Gert, he's here watching. I could see him was looking at the other boy there, kicking the ball. He was so nostalgic. He wanted to go inside, but he was going to get cramps. I thank you.
No, I need to say this. I now recognize this field. And it's nostalgic because I remember this field. I remember this field's name was Rosedale Sports Field, where non-racial South African Rugby Union had their Ethic Cup games here, their competitions. So this is the field where Desmond Kramer played. This is the field where Desmond Boyson played. This is the field of Sam Goliath. This is the field of Richard Nell. This is the field of Dan Kaiser and Niekerk, White Boy. This is the field of Norman Koko and Simlik Evanchi and Knox Tatobe and Kemba Lutwaba and Peter Carter. So I want to remind Youthnik rugby football, the Youthnik community. It cannot be dat ons laat Gods water oor Gods akker loop. Want dit het tyd geword dat ons mense die erkenning gee en dat hierdie veld behoue moet bly vir geslagte na geslagte. Want hier het groot geeste hier getrap. En dit was nie maklik terwyl die kerk brand. The non-racial South African Rugby Union and sports in this country. It is clubs like Gardens Rugby Football Club that freed this country's sport that we are enjoying today. So, it is very, very important that we retain and redefine the legacy of the Norman Kokos and the Hardy Dollies and the Pete Joosters that ran onto this field. And the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, the coalition government, is unapologetic. This coalition government is unapologetic. Een predikant het vir my gesê, om 'n leier te wees, gaan staan waar jou mense staan, man. And that's why we are here this evening. We are going to stand with Gardens Rugby Football Club. It's going to be hell-bent tomorrow morning at 8:30 in the Speaker's office. And if any director is seeing this thing, you are going to be in our office and we are going to deal with Gardens Rugby Football Club. It will be box smart on the 22nd of January 2022. Thank you very, very much.
I'm just excited to be here to see the guys practice. That's really lovely. If you can just swing the camera around to show, there's another team practicing on that side. And here's, it looks like 3 teams that's practicing here. And the best way of illustrating the point of sport is that if this field goes to ruins, then you are sitting here with another potential 70 gangsters, 70 druggies, because they can't play sport. And that is our responsibility as government officials. That is what we need to do. The other stuff that we do, fighting in council, all that nonsense, those things are not important. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where what really matters. So yes, we're here to assist guidance. We haven't forgotten about guidance. We haven't forgotten about Niekerk, and we'll go across the metro. In this week, you'll see us all over social media. Mainstream media, unfortunately, doesn't like the good stories that it is to tell. And if there's one point that we need to make, is that guidance deserves better. Niekerk deserves better. It is their time. We don't have an excuse anymore. We are the ones now in charge. We're the ones that make the decisions. We cannot blame anymore. Hard work, yes, it is hard work. It is hard work to do all these things. But at the end of the day, that is what we are employed to do. People are watching us like hawks at the moment, and it's good. They're holding us accountable. But let's do it respectfully. I don't come into your house and come there and scream and swear and all of that. I come to you and I knock on your door and I ask you respectfully to assist. Ask us respectfully to assist, and we'll come and assist. We've been in government for the last month and a half. The 22nd of November, I think, will be 2 months. I think that's about 42 working days that will be in government. So you can imagine how much we have achieved already and how much we can still achieve before we get to the 22nd. And then, as the mayor said, this is all part of our 100 days plan, by the way. Our first 100 days. So we are all busy. And this is but one facet. Sports is one facet that we need to look at. It's the facilities itself and sport, making sure that sports grows as well. But thank you, Gardens, for hosting us. I really enjoyed my time here. It's lovely to see people still playing sports, especially in our downtrodden communities. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Good luck.
Want hij verlost mij van al mijn zonde en hij maakt mij zijn zaal. Van hij verlost mij, oh, van al mijn zonde en hij maakt mij vrij. Die naam van Jezus. Van hij verlost mij, van al mijn zonde, al mijn zonde, en hij maakt mij vrij. Oh, als een sterk worden. Die naam van Jezus, ja, ze sterk worden, van hij verlost mij, van al mijn zonden, al mijn zonden, en hij maakt mij vrij. Oh, die naam van Jezus, ze sterk worden, die naam van Jezus, ja, ze sterk worden, van hij verlost mij, van al mijn zonden, dank je Jezus.